Good evening, and call to order the Board of Trustees work session for April 21st, 2025. We're going to continue on the 25-26 tentative budget review. We left off. So right after the general budget is the salary of, sorry, the schedule of revenues. Anybody just wants to take a look at those? Those, Mr. Mills puts together every year based on previous histories of what we're told we're gonna get, based on numbers of what's going to happen. From other places.
There is one item of interest to point out there. First of all, in your book, I think the page you have on top, it says adopted, April 29th, 2024. That's being corrected. I point out my faults, just like I point out my positives. Oh, and over to the side, the 24-25 should be 25-26. Right in the middle, sort of, A2410, interest on investments. You can see the actual for the 23-24 is 263. That's the large jump from where we've been going back to that year. And what that had to do with is, I think I mentioned a little bit previously, a program that we set up with Orange Bank that was similar to a statewide investment company that was doing things for municipalities that were larger. You can put more, you can put little sums of money in, but you don't get as much interest. And we got our bank to basically mirror what they were doing with our balances. And our interest went from 50 grand a year to 200 grand a year. In the tentative, I have that still listed as 25 because it's not certain. I want to see 2 years before he'll tell you I'm very conservative with these numbers. And I want to see 2 years before I, bump that up, that's something that you can depend on year after year. But it's something that's headed in the right direction for us. Then everything else is pretty basic.
Any questions on the revenues?
No.
Okay, next page is water department. Next one, administration. Questions on that group? Good.
Good.
Next one is source of power. Those again, numbers we can't. Next one, transmission distribution. Questions? Trustee Coffey, questions? Next page. Those are items again, they're the retirements, social security, Scott, we change in there, and the next one is the debt, what our bills are, we'll pay back money we borrowed, so. Those are standard. Next page. Again, first bunch is what it is when we, it's the revenues when we sell the water and permits and stuff like that, those are.
To go with revenues is the proposed rate increase as well. You know, it's a minor increase. We, obviously this is a new board, but the board for the last many years has considered and favored a small increase each year, then going back several years where we did nothing, and then all of a sudden we did nothing, and then we did nothing, and all of a sudden we did 11. So all according to where the rate is in here, it falls between 2 and 4%.
And anybody listening at home, reminder that we buy our water from New York City, so when they raise their rates and associated costs go up, we have to raise the rates to sell it to our residents. Okay. Do we want to, there's salaries, okay, or you want
Well, I have some in my modifications,
to, okay,
so you could actually, you can do the modifications now, and then just, when you adopt the budget, it's as you modify. So you want me to go over my modifications first?
yeah, or did you want to do that? When did you want to do that? You wanna do that now, because we're on that page, or you wanna just do it?
Well, I was talking about everything,
Oh, okay, so we can wait.
or do you wanna keep going? Yeah, wait till,
Yeah,
yeah, we're over.
that's all I have anyway.
Well, then you got the sanitation fees increase. This hasn't been increased in many years. One of the ones to point out, and maybe have a little further discussion about, the schools. So the current fee for the schools is $410. I'm proposing to make it $600. I don't know, Brian, the quantity, and that's per building. Is what we're charging. What kind of garbage do they give us?
I mean, they're bringing the full load. It's tough to really tell because they don't bring it to the shop. They find them out on the road. I mean, it's a stacked pickup truck full of garbage.
Maybe the six, going to the six is fine.
I mean,
What is it now, 4?
410. Why it's 410, I have no idea.
per month per school.
Yeah. I mean, our prices are going up.
Well, the county raise our price.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, garbage is getting lighter. Doctors did a big increase too, right?
Yeah. Yes. Dude, I remember when we first started, everything we get bills from them. Now we actually get bills.
Yeah,
We put it in a scale and that changed everything.
yeah. As we were doing by the yard, and
Remember, we get like one bill every like 5 years.
Yeah, they were just eyeballing it.
yeah, well, the other thing, they charged us for a 30-yard garbage truck, and we were packing it in, it was getting a lot more than 30 yards in that truck.
Depending who you got in the yard, depending on how much you dumped it.
Everybody okay with the water increase?
Yes.
I mean, garbage?
And then the other one is, the alarm fees, which is combined above the sanitation. They haven't gone up in a couple of years either. And they do get people's attention. Without these fees, people don't care. And then the fire department just keeps running down, 9A or 19 to alarms that need to be fixed, not, even going off all the time.
All right, after the first bill, they fix them. Okay, we go on, please.
Yes.
A different idea on the bottom. Possible.
Any others you wanna?
Go over my list.
Yeah.
So, as I mentioned, so last week, trustee Dorio had pointed something out to me in the salary schedule thing that's really all the way in the back, and really, really small. So I give her a lot of credit for actually reading all that. And she picked up 2 items that make a little change in the budget, and then the mayor had mentioned, you had mentioned an idea, you wanted to do something, and the numbers actually match. Pretty close, I rounded off numbers. So the, part of my budget modifications, I'm proposing to change the street personnel services line from $845 to $820. And that's just revising the salary schedule, correcting the salary schedule. So that's a change of $25,000. And then add $25,000 to the personnel services part-time. So the budget is currently 35 and it becomes 60, and that's to increase by the 2 summer help just to do the street, which was the idea that you had. Then 2 that I left out of the budget was under personnel services was with the board. Moving the budget from 28 to 40 to 34. In executive, moving the 125 to 137.5. And then to pick up those 2, which is 18.5, actually adjust an item that we just talked about. Adjust the interest on investments revenue from 25 to 43,500, and that becomes a net 0 on the budget. And those are the only changes I have from, really they're all from corrections from the book. And you can approve those now, and then when you're adopting the budget, it's adopting it as modified. Unless you have other changes to go with that. Well, the other one, the IT piece, so I met with Neil, we went over it, and there's a lot of things that are gonna change internally, but the numbers are not gonna change. And then the piece with the Scarsdale thing is gonna come out of capital. Corrected? Correct? It includes, the equipment that he was asking for. So now he's gonna say yes.
Just look it over for a second, see if you see anything else. Before we move on.
Well, I have a question.
Sure.
The police personnel, does that include the SRO for the 25-26 year? Commissioner, does that include it for SRO for the 25-26?
I don't know that.
Okay, no, I
Yeah.
just want to check.
I don't know if the school's paying or we're paying or if it concludes,
Well-
that's the 22 guys. That's
Well,
what
that's-
we have right now.
Oh, that's
Yep.
what I'm saying, okay, because I was gonna say we should take it out then, because they were told what they wanted.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Nothing, trustee Coffee, good? Trustee Jones, trustee Brown, good?
Good.
Administrator, any,
Just want to move to approve those modifications?
do you want me to do that at the,
Do that now,
okay,
and then when you do the budget,
just, that'll be included in there?
that's modified, yes.
Okay. So, and the other one too, is that till later, or?
Item number 7.
So we have, okay, for the budget modifications that, Mr. Mills has now.
Make a motion.
Make a motion.
I move them. Two second.
Roll call, or somebody
A
second?
second.
Roll call.
Aye. Trustee Colby?
I'm sorry.
Okay,
Looked at me, I'm sorry.
Trustee Colby?
Aye.
Trustee Dorio?
Aye.
Trustee Corrales?
Aye.
Mayor Williams?
Aye. Okay. Departments, any questions about the budget? No. Treasurer, clerk, nothing, good. Okay. All right, motion to adjourn the work session,
Make a motion. Second.
all in favor?